Hi there, everyone. I'm Patricia Arks. I want to share a personal part of my journey, a moment many people would assume was one of my greatest accomplishments. But inside, during this period in my life, I was battling with deep shame and low self-esteem. In 1987, I was crowned Miss Sporthood. I'm going to show you a picture of when I had on the sash, the crown, was holding the trophy. When you look at this photo, maybe you see someone who's confident, maybe someone who's well adorned. You see a woman being honored by a community. But what you don't see is how I really felt. I carried that crown, but I didn't feel like I owned it. As I walked down the runway, waving to a standing crowd, everyone cheering and applauding, inside I was saying to myself, if they only knew. If they only knew that I had been involved with my pastor just months earlier, they wouldn't be clapping for me. That secret and that shame, it made me feel unworthy of the crown I was wearing. I was 28 when I became entangled with the pastor, a man in authority who misused his power and abused his power. And I was 29 when my boss nominated me and I won the Miss Sporthood Texas pageant. Back then, there was no Google, no internet. Records were archived somewhere. But I still just held onto this old book, and I kept up with the photos in the newspapers, and it's a reminder of the memories from that day. I entered that pageant with resistance. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel chosen. I felt unworthy. I had low self-esteem. It was running my life, not the crown. On the outside, I looked successful, maybe I looked accomplished, I looked like a winner. But low self-esteem doesn't care about your accomplishments. It doesn't care about your titles, and it certainly doesn't care about your degrees or the applause of people. Low self-esteem whispers to you, you don't deserve this. You're not good enough. If they knew your story, they would change their minds. And for years, I believed those negative messages. It wasn't until I broke free, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, that I began to understand something powerful. The crown wasn't the lie, it was the shame. Years after God set me free from that shame from the pastor, I began doing something beautiful at my conferences. I started bringing tiaras. I would place those tiaras on the heads of women who felt just like I once did, women who didn't feel worthy, who carried shame, and who didn't believe that they were chosen or valuable. And as I crowned them, I reminded them, you are a daughter of God. What once symbolized my shame became a tool to restore someone else's worth. At 28, my goal was to become a counselor. I was studying counseling psychology at American Tech University, but shame delayed my destiny. It wasn't until I was 40 that I finally broke free. And then many years later, I did become a therapist, the one that God intended me to be. I wish I could have been her therapist, reminding her of how God sees her. So hear me clearly, you never know how your story will end. You never know how God will use the very thing that tried to destroy you. Your past does not disqualify you. Your shame does not have the final word. And your crown, your worth, it's yours. It was always mine from the beginning. So keep moving forward. Don't give up. You are not what happened to you, but you are what God created you to be. Please subscribe and please share my channel.